Come on, Jed, it's time to do a little plowing. We got the back 40 we need to work on. Why? Because it's time to do a little farming. Hello, my fellow noobsters. It's me, Texas PK, NoobCrafter, and today we're going to be working on the next phase of our big city build with starting on a farmhouse. Yep, that's right. We're going to do a farmhouse so that we'll have a starting place to go and build all our farms behind us. I'm going to be using villager-based farms, but I want to have a central location to collect all of the different crops that we'll be collecting, and a central place to be able to come and pick them up whenever I want to. Everything else is going to be automatic. I'll do some stuff for show as well, just to make it look nice, but I want to make a farmer's cottage in order to have as the pickup point for all our different crops. So with that, I'm not going to waste any more time. We're going to go ahead and get started and working on our build. I think I'll let you go ahead and just watch most of it. It's pretty straightforward. It's not going to be too complicated, but I think it'd be kind of cool to watch it as a time lapse. So enjoy, and I'll come back once we get most of the build done. Alright, so that's our farmer's cottage all done pretty much, except for just a couple finishing details. I got this idea from my daughter. She used campfires once to make kind of a neat little fishing pier, and I thought it might make a nice porch overhang, kind of a covering for our porch that would look kind of different than normal. I've never tried it before, so I thought let's just give it a try and see how it works. So here we go. Basically, the way I understand it is you just take the campfire. Like I said, I saw how it turned out on hers, but I don't remember seeing her actually do it. But she said basically what she did is she took a campfire and she placed it. Now hopefully I don't set the whole place on fire because I have fire spreads on. And let me do pick block, it's a little quicker. You just place them where you want them, and then you take water and you pour water on it. Whoop. And it puts out the fire. And There we go. And okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's take a look at it from back here a little bit. If this looks good, I think we might do it on our back porch as well. Let me come back and take a look. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I kind of like that. It looks a little different. Something I never tried before. I think it looks good. Let's go around to the backyard here, and we can do the same. You can see here along the way that I did some path blocks and landscaping. I put in some cobblestone and tuff along the way to make a nice little path coming to the back. I also added in some lanterns and the different fences and gates on the sides to give it some structure and character as well. But now I want to put, this is just a new technique. I kind of like this. I might use this again sometime. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so let's see. Need to get the campfire. That worked pretty well. There's 1 pick block. There's 2. And then 3. And then put water. Pick up the water. Water. And water. And that worked pretty well. Let's fix that path real quick. Whoop. And get that dirt out of the way too. Yeah, that looks really good. I kind of like that. You notice I went ahead, let me go ahead and show you the inside first. I went ahead and I used stripped birch logs to make the floor. I thought it made kind of a nice little change of pace from all my previous floors. Gives it a nice light color and looks kind of like a worn floor, like you might expect from a farmer's hut, a farmer's cottage. I also want to be able to put in some spare storage and of course a spare crafting table. You can't do it too many of those. I also want to do some decorating though, so I'm going to go ahead and put in a little I guess you call it like a little end table or something like that over here. And I'm going to put a nice, well, do I want to put a lantern? Let's see. That's a tough call. I want to put a flower pot here somewhere. So maybe I put that there and put a flower pot on top of there. Let's do that. I don't think it obstructs the use of the crafting table any. Whoop, I guess you have to crouch. And then I will put Lily of the Valley. It's one of my favorite flowers. We'll put that in there. That looks nice. And I think that looks pretty good. Let's go upstairs real quick and I'll show you what I have planned going on there. This is just a simple little galley that you might have. I'm going to put farmer villagers that I'm going to use for trades up here. And not right away, but I eventually will. And it's just a nice little structure for that. I'm also going to put my primary farmer, just the one that's going to be manning this house, over in this area and put like a fence to keep him from getting out, and put his workstation there in the corner. But I did one other thing that I didn't really show in the time lapse, at least I don't think you could see it, is I built a root cellar. The path comes around this side here. You know what, let me complete this out to where it kind of connects. And it comes in here, and in this root cellar is where all of the storage for the farmer-based farms that I'm going to be building here in the very near future. I made the floor out of bone block, but I could not collect enough. I think I'm gonna have to start trying to grow some, but from what I can tell, it's incredibly slow in the growing process. I think it looks like a worn out packed dirt floor, and I think it'll look really good. The cobblestone's just too busy with cobblestone walls, but I think this looks really good with that. And this root cellar, like I said, is going to end up being the central storage place for all of our crop-based farms that I will be building in the very near future. The plan is going to be to put a carrot farm and a potato farm right here, but I think I'm going to put it inside of a barn. That's probably going to be our next build in the next episode. And then once that's done, I'll start moving villagers into our library, which is over there, and then also bringing them in from over there into our farms as well. But I wanted to have the building ready to go. Well, I think that's it for this episode. I really like how it turned out. It's not a very complicated building, but it is a nice, cozy one, and I think the little details that I put in have added a nice little touch. I might go back in and add a few bushes and things like that as well, maybe expand the path blocks as we go through. Just kind of see how it looks and see how I feel once I start adding the details. Don't want to get it overly busy, but I think just a few more touches might make the difference. Well, that's it for me today. I think that's going to be the end of this episode. I hope you liked it. If you did, you know what to do. Hit like and subscribe and all those good things. And until next time, be good to each other. Bye.